Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. We will talk about using AudaxCeph at your orthodontic office today. You learned perhaps somewhere about AudaxCeph, you find it nice, there is enough functionalities, there is probably all you need and even more, but there are also so many questions still unanswered, such as what if my computer crashes? I have 3 computers, do I need 3 licenses? What's included in purchase? Is maintenance obligatory and so on? And because you do not know the answers, you do not upgrade from your old, less productive system or even do routine tasks such as tracing your x-rays manually. Before we get started, a few housekeeping notes. We've taken a screenshot of an example of interface you see on your side. You should see something that looks like this on your own computer in the upper right corner. We will also switch on our web camera so that you may see us live, and I sincerely hope that this webinar technology works. You don't see those balloons, of course, but please pay attention to balloons. You can change font size through settings button, maximize window and speaker volume directly on your interface. We may change the layout a little during the webinar. Do you know this image? It's a lot of people there communicating, having fun, memories that last forever. We want you to have fun and participate today. By the way, this is Woodstock. And we would also like to communicate with you today. So we would love to hear from you. And you have the opportunity to submit text questions to us by typing them into the chat pane on your bottom left. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation, and we will collect these and address them during the question and answer session at the end of today's presentation. And yes, this webinar is being recorded. It will be available a few hours after the end of our session. I'll send you the link. Who's on stage today? My name is Peter and I'll be your host, and Marco is sitting next to me and he will communicate to you throughout the webinar via the chat pane. I will join the conversation at the beginning of the question and answer session because I am in between, I work. For those of you just joining us, welcome. I would like to reintroduce webinar agenda before going on the presentation itself. These guys are having good time and so we will. We'll make a mix of slides and software presentations. We will play a game. We'll play a game with different types of tracing and measure the score. We will show things that you didn't know about the licenses and about the hardware, network sharing the licenses, and so on. Of course, we'll have a quick look at all the modules or major functionalities of AudaxCeph and future development roadmap. Finally, before Q&A, we'll talk about things which are important for your practice and software in your practice must have. We are aware that all of you have specific requests, specific questions which may not be covered during the presentation. Again, I encourage you to ask us through chat pane or later send us an email. There are 2 editions available. Super Easy, that means AudaxCeph Super Easy and AudaxCeph Advantage. With Super Easy, only analysis can be created, while Advantage has also other modules such as superimposition, VTO, photo layout, document management, analysis creation, and so on. Scalability will help you to decide what edition is best for you. And regardless of edition, automatic tracing add-on module, AudaxCeph TINA, can be used. Let's see a little competition between different types of tracing. So we have 3 different types of tracing. One is tracing concurrently, the second would be tracing sequentially, and the third way would be tracing automatically. I have a movie for you, and we'll measure the results. So I have here an image. I will put it into the canvas, and first I'm going to do tracing concurrently. That means that all points are on the canvas, and I'm just going to move them to the right position. I started the stopwatch at the beginning, and now I'm doing the tracing. I'm really good when I'm doing this very quickly, because I did that several times before, and I'm trying to do it as fast as possible. So that result is something that I've done before, and that's why I'm really quick. I don't know whether you can do that as quickly, because I'm really doing that automatically. But we'll have some results, and we'll compare those results to the other two ways of tracing. So I have 56 seconds. 56 seconds to do this tracing, and I'm going to remember that. I can switch on the report layer so that I can see if the silhouettes are okay. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the result into a spreadsheet. Okay, let's do that now. So it is 56, okay. Okay, let's go to the second way of tracing. I'll trace sequentially. It's a very, let's say, old-fashioned way of tracing. I'll restart the stopwatch and start tracing now. Sequential tracing, one by one. I put points one by one in exact order. I have here Bayesian, Articulare, PNS, ANS, A point, B point, Pogonion, Gnathion, Menton. We have some auxiliary geometry for better tracing. Now, incisors, molars, and at the end we'll trace also soft tissue. Will be done in a few seconds. Both stomions here. I'm almost done. I'll switch off the stopwatch, and it's 59 seconds. So it's about the same result, 3 seconds difference. That is nothing. Okay, the third way we'll show right now. You can see my result. I can fine-tune soft tissue whenever I want. Okay, but now we will go to automatic tracing. So I will again start with an image and start the stopwatch. Okay, let's see. Automatic tracing. Software is doing something, and all those points are traced automatically. So 5 seconds only, and you may see that also soft tissue is traced in the right way, and it's very, very amazing. It's very amazing, very effective. So who wants to trace manually if there is a tracing tool? When you purchase a license, what do you get? It depends whether you bought perpetual, that is lifetime, or 1 year lease. If you buy perpetual, you get on top of AudaxCeph license also some other things. Remember, you are on maintenance for in the first year, and if on maintenance, you get additional license for home use, which actually means that you can use two licenses, one at your office, one at home. This is true for the first year per se, because maintenance is included in price. Again, maintenance is included in price, which means that technical support and new versions are included. With 1 year lease, you also become a premium customer. So if you buy 1 year lease, you're also a premium customer. You can use the license, have technical support, new versions, all maintenance releases. What happens after 1 year? If you purchased a perpetual license, then you have two options. Decide to go on with maintenance, that is one option. The second option would be to do nothing. And later, perhaps after some years, during that time we will develop a lot of new functionalities, buy an upgrade to newest version. If your computer breaks during that time, you will be provided the software version which was available at the time of end of the maintenance at no additional cost. If 1 year lease is purchased, then after 1 year you can decide for renewal, or at that point buy perpetual and reimburse the price of lease. You may also decide not to go on with AudaxCeph and work in view mode, which means that you will not lose the data, you will just not be able to create new analysis or other documents. We'll talk now about different computer configurations and networks. You may have one computer, such as the one on the table, which is connected to the internet, and you attend this webinar, and I hope that you place questions. I hope that there are questions, and you just do that, place them, and ask Marco some things. In order to run AudaxCeph, three things are installed. AudaxCeph, that is in red color, database, and license server. That is blue circle with a number. That is a license server. These are just the icons, of course. Number one, inside that blue circle means that you purchased one license. So it indicates that one license is purchased and one license can be used. During the installation, all three things are installed automatically. But what to do if your computer system is a bit complicated? For example, if you have 3 computers in the network and want to run AudaxCeph on all of them, we have a good news for you. Just install AudaxCeph on all 3 computers. Select one of them, perhaps the one in the middle. Select one of them to have a database and license server, and point the other two AudaxCeph softwares to that license server and to that database. So we point that, and we can store images, analysis from any computer in the network to the same database and use the same license server. So AudaxCeph license can float from one computer to another. If you have one license, it can be run on any computer in the network, but just one at the same time. When AudaxCeph is exited, the license is purged and can be grabbed by another computer, and it will work on another computer. The consequence is that you do not need 3 licenses for 3 dental chairs or 3 dentists. One will probably be enough. Audax supports VPN connection. So we have on the left side your office, on the right side it's your home. In between there is an internet, and if you establish VPN, that is virtual private network, you can work from home and use licenses that are license server and database that is installed at your dental office. That means that you do the same things at home as in your dental office. We also support storing into cloud, such as MS1 or Google Drive. You just need to be careful with synchronization to the cloud. However, if you do not have VPN connection, you can exchange full patient data through import-export functionality on the patient tab. We usually release one version per year with several maintenance releases. The update is automatic, but at your consent, so you are given an option to do it or not. Also, cephalometric analysis types can be upgraded and added through online services which we provide. Okay, it's probably the time to show AudaxCeph and its major functionalities to keep this webinar away from being dry as a bone. You see Ljubljana railway station, so let us go for a ride. In next few minutes, I would like to show a majority of functionalities inside AudaxCeph. I've already started the software. I have some patients inside, for example, this one or this one, and those are all the documents. And what I'd like you to know that we can also do the study model analysis. So I'll double click on that, and here is an example of Schwarz Korkhaus. We can change transparency a little here so that it can be seen better, or the results can be seen better. We'll go back to the patient, choose another patient. Here I have initial status of upper arc, and this is final status of upper arc. And what we can do is we can do the animation from one to another. And this is a really nice example how the treatment was done. So was it successful or not? And you can do that in a matter of seconds and show that to the patient or patient's parents. Let's go on. I will choose another patient and do the analysis. Of course, I'm going to use automatic tracing here because it's done in 5 seconds. We've already seen that. I will switch on the report view, do some changes. I can print the report. Okay, I'm done with this analysis, and of course I can save this analysis, which was really done in a matter of seconds. I'm going back to documents, and we have here a new document. So it's analysis and a lot of attachments. For example, report is an attachment, and I can copy paste it. So I say copy to clipboard, and I'm going to open a PowerPoint and paste it somewhere, for example, to this place. I'm going back and I choose another, let's say, report, copy it to clipboard, and again paste it to PowerPoint. Please note that this is in vector format. That means that regardless of the size, those curves are going to be always smooth. So if it's, I don't know, 2 times 2 meter poster, it will be smooth. It's a very nice tool, vector export. I can have here also floating norms, wiggle charts, measurement table, and out of these elements I can make a really nice report inside Word or inside PowerPoint or whatever. What I can do is also go on into VTO, and there is a lot of tools for simulation of treatment. It can be either surgical or orthodontic. So if I grab, for example, frontal side of mandible, I can move it around. I do a little movement here and a little movement here. I will rotate this lower molar. I can do this rotation, I can move it a little. And you may notice that also the profile of the face changed a little. We can touch it and do also manual changes if we want. At this point I'm going to add a photograph inside the VTO. I place this point of rotation on top of the nose, place this on top of the nose, and this image is too big, so I'm going to rotate it a little bit and place it so inside that network. I can change also transparency at this point, and of course do the prediction. So this was the situation before and after the treatment. I will save this and let's check the document. Of course, I can do several VTOs out of this analysis, and I can place a note here. This one is good. This is good one. So there is a prediction image, and if I go to orthodontic photographs, you will see that image inside those photographs as well. Now I'm going to add additional images to this stage. And I have them inside undefined images. We would like to define a type of an image. For example, this is upper arc. This is lower arc. And I place those images so that they become a certain type of image. Frontal face with a smile. And this is frontal face without smile. I can change layout at this point. For example, to this one, I can align or crop images. I want to have different format, for example, photographic format of this one, and I did crop this image a little, and the head of this image is too big for that one, so I will make the second one bigger and align it to this image. I have a tool here, top of the head, chin here, and top of the head, and save it. I can of course do this for the right image as well, but I will not. To show this layout on documents, I pushed save on stage, and you can see that of course that image appears also on the stage. Of course I can copy it to clipboard again and paste it somewhere inside our document. We'll make it a little smaller, so that it's something like this. Now I'd just like to show another thing, and that is superimposition. We will choose another patient. And we have here one initial tracing and final tracing. In order to do a superimposition, we can predefine what we want to see. So is it superimposition according to Ricketts or some other types of superimposition? And if this is predefined, software knows exactly what to do. So I just grab the second second analysis and put it over the first one, and the superimposition is being created. Some calculations are done here, and of course we have some results here immediately. This one was according to Ricketts. We can have them all together on the stage. Okay, this is something that I wanted to show. We'll go on with the presentation. We'll switch on some PowerPoint again, and we'll show you some other things. Okay. I would like to point out 3 key messages about what is important for your orthodontic software. First, it must fit your needs. This means that it should work for you. You should benefit from it. Be faster, work easier, be better. The second, very important thing is technical support. Is it available or not? Will these guys on the other side of the globe be available to deliver it, to help me when I need them, when I need technical support or not? The third thing, do not buy software where there is no development, because they will not follow neither technical demands of new hardware nor orthodontist professional needs. Who will develop automatic tracing, who will think about better user interface. These software guys should earn money and not just sell copies of the software. And we are going to show you that we do it. So let's talk about key points in more detail. You must search for advanced functionalities in software, such as automatic tracing. You do not want to spend hours in front of a computer doing tracing manually if there is a tool which does it for you automatically. Your software must be scalable so that you can start with simple and easy addition of the software, for example, AudaxCeph Super Easy, and later continue to more advanced editions. This also makes your investment into software more safe and eventually in more steps. If you are happy, you can go on. If not, you just spend a little money. Software should be modern, with modern user interface gestures, exports and other deliverables, automatic tasks, etc. It should be easy to use. It should have a steep learning curve. Of course, there is always a battle between complexity and functionality. The more functionality, the more complex the software is, but basic functionalities should be intuitive. Again, if the software is scalable, you'll be able to start quickly. Let's just review a 20-second of automatic tracing. So we choose the image and click the button automatic tracing. Check the report view, see if there is something to be changed, and voila, we can print it out. This is really, really quick and really cool. Next key message is superior technical support. Ask for it. We believe that remote work can be both productive and social. It is all about choosing the right tools, building culture, finding routines that fit both sides. We set up our workspace in a way that we can productively help you regardless of what the distance is between us and regardless of the time zone. We use Skype, Click Meeting, Appearin, TeamViewer, ISL Lite and other wonderful tools to be with you at your office. We provide self-instructing toolkit free and do trainings online. We are aware also that there are hundreds of different analysis types used with different measurements and different standard values. And AudaxCeph has analysis type modeler. You can model any analysis type imaginable. Analysis can be made from scratch, from existing analysis, or from elements in the library of elements available with this software. Some of you may in the future master the analysis type design, modeling creation. Some of you will prefer us to create analysis types for you. And we can do this in line with your needs and wishes. Be sure that software is being developed. Be sure that software companies investing money from sales back into the software product. They must live, they must give you service because they are your service. They should not be at the edge of extinction. This assures you that there will be new functionalities available, such as automatic tracing, quick support, issues solved, your suggestions accepted in future releases. If the software is being developed, there is someone you can talk to, someone who cares about the product. Look, AudaxCeph offers automatic tracing because we do the development. So I would like to show you some things, of course, that we plan to release soon so that you'll be sure that we did not stop. I will show you changes in workflow and new scale growth functionality developed. Okay, so I'm going to select a prepared tracing, and there is a new user interface. You can switch between modes inside the canvas. I'm going to growth and also user ribbons changed. I'm going to place skeletal age and forecast age and calculate the forecast according to rickets. And now I just switch the mode and go to VTO mode inside the analysis, and I do everything interactively. I can do rotations, I can do all the movements. Benefits such as making work easier, being better and faster, then superior technical support and continuous software development are key elements for choosing the software for your orthodontic office. So this ends the presentation part of today's webinar. I encourage you to talk to us. Please feel free to place questions in the chat pane. I will give the word now to Marco and switch on the camera again, and I hope that this technology works so that you can see us live.